I will be on the Orville, the 4th episode, the new Fox show with Seth MacFarlane. So I'm part of that. I'm also part of Star Trek Renegades as well.
Oh, so
yeah.
You love like the comic book world and like.
I'm part of the nerd empire.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, the sci-fi empire. So.
What's your ultimate, sci-fi movie that you grew up on?
Oh, I love anything Star Trek. I love anything Star Trek. But
that's so awesome that you got that role.
I know it was literally a dream come true. And it was one of those things where it was like, growing up in front of people that you've seen on TV, and then actually getting in the opportunity to work with them is like, you could die right there and be like, life completed. So.
What was the auditioning process like for that?
Actually, it wasn't an auditioning process. I actually hit up the director. The director was actually Tim Russ, who played Tuvok on Star Trek Voyager. And I had met him a couple times before, and we had a couple of mutual friends. I hit him up, told him I wanted in. And we kind of went back and forth on it because he was trying to get other people, and I eventually was able to kind of go through the cracks, ended up getting a part, ended up actually playing one of the bad guys in it. And so I'm decked out in prosthetic makeup. You won't even recognize me. My old mama couldn't recognize me, but it was a lot of fun. And then I got the Orville. I mean, that's one of the biggest shows on Fox now.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that show? Yeah,
the Orville is kind of a Star Trek parody. They say it's kind of in the light of Galaxy Quest, and it stars Seth MacFarlane, a host of other people from the sci-fi world, and it basically deals with a ship, kind of like the Starship Enterprise, going out and exploring space, and but it's Seth MacFarlane comedy, Seth MacFarlane from Family Guy, so there's a lot of that comedy injected within it, and so
if you could have any comedian as your sidekick, like you're the superhero, you get a sidekick, who would you want?
Are we talking living or dead? What are we talking about here?
We'll do one living, one dead.
Okay, living, I would love to have Kevin Hart. That would be fun. Can you imagine Kevin Hart in a sci-fi project?
That would be really exciting.
It would be insane. No longer with us, I'd have to say my man Richard Pryor. Because he was one of the gods of comedy.
Yeah.
And the great thing about Richard Pryor was he told stories. He told stories in his comedy. So while he was cracking jokes, you were actually listening to the stories and picturing the stories as they're happening. And you're also laughing. So.
Which is really difficult to do, by the way. So like imagine a scene, a scenario. It takes a lot of talent for someone to be able to do that.
It really does. But I mean, as performers, that's what we do. We create. We help to create the picture for you. So if we're doing like an audio story, all you have are your ears, but then you also have your mind where you can listen. When you deal with comedians, some of those guys tell stories, and that's where the funny comes in, because sometimes you can relate to it, and sometimes you could or just be lost in that world, and then it's funny as hell. And there you go.
And if you could have any superpower, anything at all,
superpower?
Doesn't have to be a traditional one. What would you choose and why?
I've always wanted to fly. I just want to fly. I want to fly, and I like to teleport, because traffic on the 405 is a bitch.
What's better though? Like I've had this conversation before. Is it better to like fly super fast and get somewhere, or just like snap your fingers and get somewhere?
I like the idea of flying because it still gives me a little bit more, well, at least I know that if I'm flying, I know I'll definitely get there. If I'm teleporting, I can end up inside of a rock somewhere. So, I'm going to roll with flying.
Okay.
I mean, how cool is that, would it be to fly?
That would be amazing. I still choose teleporting over everything.
You don't want to...
I don't even want to fly.
You just want to get there.
I don't want to run into any planes, any birds. I just want to get there.
I hear you. Well, hey, hopefully, according to scientists, we were able to actually teleport a particle from the planet to, like, I don't know, Mars, I don't know, the moon, somewhere. So we're almost there, and it's very Star Trek. So
I was just thinking that. I was like, you're perfect for this role.
I know.
You know all the fun facts.
Everything's coming full circle, so who knows,
Well, congratulations. High five.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.